This is Up for Grabs, a podcast where three unfiltered friends talk about anything and everything. And now, here are your hosts, Tracy, Kim, and Rachel.
Welcome to Up for Grabs. I'm Rachel. I'm here with my friends Kim.
Hello.
Hello. And Tracy.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you guys again. Today on the show, we are going to talk about non-prescription ways that we can help our health. That either we do help our health, or that we've tried, or that we want to try.
Or that other people are doing.
Or that other people are doing, and we believe that it's helping.
I'm not going to say that, but go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, maybe I don't believe it's helping.
Oh, so you're going to... Okay, yeah. I think it's worthy of these things that are non-prescription because some of them could be a little woo-woo and I think most of them are unprovable.
Yeah. And what our grandmas could have done.
Yeah.
Like, before our moms even, really.
Yeah. But I think we need... I was intrigued by this topic because I got mad when I had to go on another prescription and I see kind of where it's going and I don't want to be on any more prescriptions. So I'm having this fight in my head. Like I don't want to be on prescriptions, but I also don't want to die.
Right.
So what could I do to not be on the prescriptions to help me live a healthier life?
Yeah.
But like I said, the problem is it's hard to tell.
No, it is. It's hard.
I don't totally understand why people get to like, I don't want to be on prescriptions or whatever. Like, if there's something that helps you, what's the fight?
Well, I'm sure that there's a drawback to taking them.
I feel like
okay.
I was going to say, I think that for every prescription you take, how's that filtering through your liver and your kidneys and what's that doing to your guts and is it like the more you read, I'm not saying every, but I'm saying that I think that
there's a give and take.
There's a give and take.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. And you know what? For now, I'm good with the give and the take that I have for the medication that I am on. But I don't know. I think it's just one of those mortality things. Like you think,
yeah,
oh gosh,
it is.
The more I take, probably the less healthy I am, or maybe
I think that
my body's going downhill. I don't know. I get concerned, but I have been encouraged by some of the things that I've been able to incorporate into my routine that aren't prescriptions that I do think help me. And whether it's like a placebo effect and it truly doesn't do anything, but I feel like it does something, I'm going to count that as a plus.
Yes.
And I'm sure if I dug deeper, there might be some quote unquote scientific proof that some of these things do help.
Yeah, and there's scientific proof that placebo effect helps because it's the positivity that you have in your mind where it changes the chemistry in your body.
Right.
So
if you're getting vitamin B12 shots, which I have gotten in the past, delightful. Because
recommend.
I at least thought that I had more energy. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe I didn't, but in my mind, I thought I did. Therefore, I was doing more.
Yeah, I think there is science behind that too. So,
okay. Well, let's talk about some things that you have incorporated in your life that you continue to do because you do feel like there has been a benefit to either your mental health or your physical health. Tracy, is there something that you've incorporated in your life that would make those category?
I guess I would definitely include magnesium.
Which
at
one?
That time. I have one that has like 3 or 4 different types or whatever. So it's kind of a free for all. I don't know.
A catch-all magnesium?
Yes.
What does it do?
And so I use it for cramping legs because I get leg cramps a lot. And it's also good for insomnia. It helps you sleep.
So is it like melatonin?
I don't know. I've never taken melatonin.
Well, I've taken melatonin.
No, it works. I take magnesium glycinate.
Okay.
It's the most absorbable. And they do have like triple mag where it's like, the 3 different magnesiums. And I think they're all great. I think there's like citrate, glycinate, tartrate. Like I've done my research on magnesium.
Tell me.
Because
I'm writing this down.
Being a perimenopausal woman, I've had 2 physicians tell me to take magnesium glycinate, and I kind of poo-pooed it because I'm not a supplement person.
Yeah,
I don't.
And speaking of poo-poo,
Yeah, I'm not a
God.
supplement person at all because I feel like most of the supplements that you put in your body, you just pee right out. And I think some of them can be harmful when you don't need them. But magnesium glycinate does what it needs to do, and your body expels what it doesn't need. So it is safe to take. Muscle cramps, joint pain, sleep improvement, my heart palpitations, and obviously it doesn't work the same with everybody, but I've been taking it for 8 months and I cannot tell you the difference in like my joint pain.
Okay, and tell me this: how much do you take?
So I think it's safe to take up to 400 milligrams a day for like a woman our age. I just take 300 a day, and I sometimes I take the 2 at night. And I think it just helps kind of relax you. Melatonin kind of makes you sleepy, makes you kind of feel like, it kind of gives you that, like that urge just to go to sleep. I don't think magnesium works that way. I think it helps in just more relaxation in your body.
It shuts your nervous system down to not.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have
find that
found
to be
it
true?
very helpful.
Yes. Okay.
Very helpful.
Well, I am a supplement person, but at the same time, I acknowledge that, they say right on the bottle, hey, we don't know if this really works or not.
Because they have to.
yeah,
Right.
I talked to someone whose husband, his job for a couple of years was testing products, food products that had certain vitamins in them, and if they were actually in there, he would do like control things of, are they in there? Are they doing anything? I mean, his basic theory is like a lot of scientists. You're just going to pee it out and you're wasting your money, and all your vitamins should come from what you eat. But
we are deficient in magnesium.
Yes.
Like our body's vitamin D and magnesium are the two huge things that
Absolutely.
we're deficient in.
I agree. And I don't tell enough people. I mean, I tell everybody about taking vitamin D. And if you get one with vitamin K,
You need to because it helps absorb it.
yeah.
Funny you should say that, because that is one of the supplements on my list that I do take every day. I do take D3. Didn't realize there was different Ds, by the way.
Okay.
So I do take the vitamin D3 with the K2 every day.
Yeah. And I feel like someone just brought K into the conversation in the
Is that
past
a new
year.
one? I think that's a new vitamin.
I feel like I took D forever.
Yeah, I had
And
never
then
heard it, but
yeah.
my doctor said make sure it has the K because the K helps it absorb. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I
they
feel like they
probably
just
just
threw that in
learned
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just threw it in there.
And I did bother to get online because I take various things and then I don't really remember why I'm taking them. I just remember reading somewhere that it was good, and then I don't even. So when I was like, I take D3 and K2 every day. And then I was like, I don't know. Hold on, let me Google that. And so, but it reminds. The D3 says it helps with bone density and to lower inflammation.
Yeah.
But the K2, it does say that it binds those proteins to your bones and teeth, so it helps hold it all together. And then I also take vitamin C, which is what I think everyone should take.
Oh, I don't
even know why. I assume it helps me.
I think it's immunotherapy. Your immune
Immunotherapy.
system.
Yeah, on your bones.
And then you guys told me this one.
Scurvy. You're not going to get scurvy.
I'm not going to get scurvy. One of the supplements that I include as a supplement is my antacid tablets, because you guys told me to take antacid for calcium.
Yeah.
Yes. Like what is it called? Those
Tums.
Tums.
Like
Yeah.
the Tums, yeah.
Or the
it gives you
generic
your
version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
just a calcium chew.
would never have thought to do that.
I do. I take
But
them at night because
after you told me,
and it helps with your indigestion. So
Yeah.
you just kind of
a double whammy.
2 birds in 1 stone.
But I feel
can't
like
think
with the
of anything.
vitamin D, I don't think you would probably have to go to a functional doctor or request to have your magnesium levels drawn unless, but vitamin D, I think, is on your blood panel. Like as you get
last
older,
one.
mine was, I think that's something new.
Yeah.
But mine was in the last few years.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
My D this past
mine was
last
really
week,
low.
Mine too. I take 10,000 units every day.
Oh my gosh, because they told me to take 4,000.
Yeah.
So
Plus, well, I've been deficient for a
Yeah,
long time.
that's- yeah.
Plus one prescription, 50,000 a month. And the like where you want it to be is between 30 and 120. Mine was 30.4.
So at least you're there.
I'm in it. I'm still at the low end, but I'm in it.
Yeah.
So that was your.
But I'm taking so much that my body is just not doing anything with it. It's just kicking it right out.
This is the D.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to buy you K2 for your birthday.
I was taking it with K2.
Oh, I'm going to buy you K3.
Give me some special K. I like that
my
cereal.
God. Yeah.
Is that K?
Oh,
no, that's Kellogg's.
Oh.
That's what that
That's
K
too
is.
bad.
Yeah.
Any other supplements that you take daily or are interested in taking because you've heard good things?
No, I don't. I just do the magnesium and the vitamin D.
Okay.
I have some other things I want to discuss, not
Please.
necessarily personally, but
Please.
so pre and probiotics
Yeah.
are great. Everything is coming down to gut health is what science is figuring out. Everything that you have wrong with you is tied into gut health, brain.
That it all starts in the gut. The mind and the brain. Yeah. I mean, the brain and the gut are completely connected.
Yes. And so your microbiome, these pre and probiotics are kind of what adjusts it. Now, a problem is sometimes, because I can use Zach as an example, because with his disease, they're doing research on the microbiome. Mm-hmm. They know that it affects whether or not people are having bleeds. His surgeon said, Zach is not to take pre or probiotics because whatever his is working for him because he hasn't had a bleed in 12 years. So
don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up. We don't know what you're doing, but don't mess it up. For you. And unfortunately, each person is different, how you're going to respond to it. I think they will figure it out, but I think right now it's very underdeveloped as far as the research goes.
Well, I'm a little concerned, and maybe I'm just also super uninformed. If the microbiome is so important to just overall health, is there a test that someone can do to tell me what the heck's going on in my microbiome?
No,
I don't know.
That's the underdeveloped research.
It's a secret.
It is a secret. Now, people are eating kimchi. They're having yogurt. It's in yogurt. Drinking kombucha, which is fermented tea.
Have you had that?
Yes, I don't like it. I like yogurt. Zach likes kimchi. That's disgusting. You open it and it.
I've seen it.
One thing that people are doing are fecal transplants.
Which you mentioned before, and I thought you just wanted to talk about poop, and I thought you were making it up.
Nope, I am not. And it is literally ingesting someone else's poop so that it enters your microbiome. Yeah. Some people sell it as is, I think. I mean, some people sell it in capsules so that you can, that are dissolvable.
Well, who decides?
Desperate people. If you have someone who's really healthy, then people assume that person has a very healthy microbiome. If everything is working, if they poop regularly, if they sleep well, if their skin is clear, if all these things are working, then whatever is in their gut health is working. Yeah. I mean, that's the outward sign that it's working. So they want to ingest their poop. And that is
I think there needs to be more science behind
transplant.
That one.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not a big, I'm lucky, knock on wood, but I may be on antibiotics once every 2 or 3 years. But Jack and I both got sick this winter and we're both on antibiotics. And the very first time ever, both of our doctors gave a name of a specific prebiotic. Like we got on Amazon and said, take that with your antibiotic. They found out that you can get C. diff, like different infections when you're on antibiotics because it kills your gut bacteria, and people that are prone to it. And they said that it basically protects your gut while you're on an antibiotic, which destroys your gut.
Oh, great. I just got done taking an antibiotic.
Well,
think
nobody
about
wants my poop.
But I just thought that was really interesting that, doctors are starting to, like you said, they're learning more about it.
Well,
and they're learning what can help and what doesn't.
Well, the prebiotic, probiotic, it's almost like they become buzzwords.
I know.
Yeah.
And then so the prebiotic and the probiotic had their moment. They're still around, but
Yes.
it was what everyone was talking about.
And now everyone is talking about peptides.
Yeah, collagen. Is that the same thing?
Well,
Or collagen
there are
peptides.
collagen peptides.
Okay.
That is some people, they are going to compound pharmacies online. They are getting, they inject it. They're coming in, it's coming in vials.
What?
And people are injecting themselves with these peptides.
To do what?
Well, so it's some sort of, I don't understand it, but they said like amino acid chains are involved in this. I don't know what that means.
Is this a prescription or just anybody can just go and pay for it? Like
Anybody, because it's not regulated.
Yeah, if you do compound, it's not that.
And they
that
don't
is
know
not
if you're working.
like
Yeah.
the FDA
So,
doesn't even.
Well, that's scary.
GLP-1s are peptides.
Okay.
So some people are going, and some people are microdosing GLP-1s through a compound pharmacy, which is not regulated.
To do what?
They think that like people who are already thin or who don't want the side effects, or it's not being monitored by anyone, but that's what they think is working for them. And then Kim mentioned collagen. There are certain ones that are for skin, for collagen.
Yeah.
Skin
Injection?
elasticity, injection. And then also topical. They have both. And
Well, I don't do it I wouldn't say I do it every day, but I do have some powder collagen peptide stuff that I put in my coffee. And
I was going to say, I mean,
so you can buy just like a
Things
protein
like that, I
powder.
feel
There's
like-
a collagen powder, and you
Yeah.
can put it in. And I figure, I hope it can't hurt.
tasteless.
yeah, and I feel like no, that's smart though, because it's like can't hurt you. And hey, if it's doing a little bit of good, it's doing a little bit of good.
Yes.
I would be weary, and people chase youth and chase feeling optimal at all times and skin and all that. I am so weird about that kind of stuff. No way would I get anything from a compound pharmacy. I mean, unless it was some experimental drug that was going to save my life. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but for stuff like that,
Yeah.
I'm so weary of that stuff.
I
like,
am too.
please.
Because couldn't they just send you anything? Like,
yes.
it could be
It's not-
water
it's
inside
not
the vial.
The big red flag is it's not regulated. Like
Yeah.
it's just not. And I just feel like lead a healthy lifestyle. Like for that
that
kind of
world.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like obviously you need other things if you're deficient in vitamin D and you're deficient in those kind of things. But I don't know. I just think there's too much.
Supplementing.
I think another big thing that's really popular right now is all the liquid, the waters.
yes.
The electrolyte waters. I mean, isn't Gatorade good? I mean,
Yeah.
all the ones that are
different
out there,
flavors
liquid
and
IV
liquid
and
IV, and
this and that, and they have collagen in them and
Just
all
drink
the-
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I will say, flavored waters do count as your water
Yeah, they do.
intake.
No,
they do.
And some
and I
people
enjoy that a
don't
lot
like-
more.
Some people don't like water.
No.
They
Oh,
do.
I hate water, but I
So
drink it like it's
if you-
medicine,
Diet
and I think
Coke
it is.
counts as your water count.
Oh,
Coffee
I've never.
counts
But I'm
as your
what?
water count. Yeah,
I've never counted those things toward my water
they
count.
count. They're water. They're water. That's what it is. They count. Those little drink mixes that are sugar free.
Yep.
Yeah, they count.
Well, I should have asked you a long time ago.
Yeah. So
You're counting it.
you're counting it. Another thing that I wanted to mention, because Kim used the word functional medicine. Another thing to be wary of,
Yes.
I think there are a certain group of people that do functional medicine. Most of them are wealthy or at least upper middle.
What does it mean? What are you talking about?
Like that, like a functional medicine doctor usually will have his own practice with a nurse. That it's not a big place,
Right.
Usually, and he will not take insurance.
Yeah, it's all out of pocket.
It's all out of pocket. But what you would do is, like, let's say he's probably between $3,500 and $5,000 a year per person, and you pay up front. Here's your membership fee, basically, to this functional medicine doctor.
Okay.
So then on Tuesday, when you wake up with a sore throat, you call or you drive over there, and he's going to see you.
Okay.
And you're not going to exchange money or insurance or anything. That's paid for. And if you need an antibiotic, he probably has it on hand there. So
there's no pharmacy to go to either.
no, but there will be for for other things.
Okay.
But the minor things they can handle there. I don't know if those people also have an insurance plan in case they have something
I don't know.
catastrophic happen. Like, do they also
I thought it was
keep a
more
hospital?
holistic.
Well,
Like
there is holistic things to it.
like
Most-
doing all the blood draws of like every mineral in your body and every
They can do all the blood draws, and they say it's not, and it is not as expensive as we're paying on insurance. Most of the time, or a lot of the time, it is a chiropractor versus an MD. I mean, they're both doctors,
Okay.
but one's a doctor of chiropractic and one is an MD. And they say, well, let's get you lined. That's going to make you feel better. And then, and I think that in unison, these things are a great idea.
But by themselves?
But by themselves, it scares me.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of nurse practitioners have their own functional places where they can order the blood work and write the prescriptions.
Like they don't do one thyroid. They want to do T3 and T4 and separate them and, see if you need a little more of this or a little more than that. Regular doctors say that's unnecessary, that it's not going to matter.
Right.
Functional medicine says it does.
Okay.
I don't know the answer. I'm not a doctor.
I think it's a slippery slope that you just have to educate yourself with it. Like, I don't think that functional doctors are bad whatsoever. I think that if you want to get to the root cause of something in a natural setting to see if you're, but I would be weary of just popping a bunch of different supplements in your mouth and doing the IV hydration and the IV this and the IV that. I just don't.
Well, what are some things that we could do? Like you said, basically living, quote unquote, a healthier lifestyle. I mean, we've talked about supplements. What would you say?
I think it comes down to Gary Shandling. And
everything does.
Everything comes back to Gary Shandling. And in one of his acts, he said, I have tried everything to lose weight. I have been every diet. I have done aerobics. I've done the soup diet. I've done the whatever diet. He's done all the diets. And then he says, I've tried everything short of diet and exercise to lose weight. And that is what it comes down to.
Amen.
I too have tried everything short of diet and exercise.
Well, here's something that I saw yesterday, and it kind of goes along. We were talking about, I forget, one of our podcasts recently, we were talking about I forget what the topic was, but a thing yesterday said that being thin, I saw, is not what people will be going after anymore. It's going to be being strong, because now that everyone could be thin because of medicine, GLP, whatever.
Yes.
It's not as hard, so it's not as sought after.
And it breaks that medicine breaks your muscle mass down.
Yes.
So they were saying, what's the new thing to aspire to if it's not being thin?
It's strong.
It's being strong, because being strong. So as of right now, there's no cheat sheet for that. It's just you have to just
you have to do
something. If I see one more 56-year-old female influencer say, "You've got to lift heavy. You've got to lift heavy." Okay, well, say heavy weights for one. That's a complete sentence. You got to lift heavy. And they act like they've done it their whole lives when they were probably like prissy, whatever. I don't know. It's fine. I sound like a hater because I'm hating.
You do, because the very first thing on my things that I do, I put lift heavy weights. And now you
do that?
For me, they're heavy, yeah.
How heavy?
Well, it depends on the exercise. Like if I was just doing like leg extensions, like 80 pounds.
Okay. That's what you're supposed to be doing, because that helps build bone mass. Sorry, not muscle. Oh, it does help with muscle, but it helps
bone density.
Bone density, yeah. So,
well, I try to do it 3 times a week, and I've only done it for a year. And it's one of those things that you do. You can't just do it once or twice.
Okay, but do you say I've got to lift heavy?
I've never said that in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong. I think that women our age are supposed to build muscle, and it helps with your bone density, and it helps all that. I mean, but you don't need to go kill yourself either. You know what I mean? A weighted vest. I mean, I'm not on that bandwagon, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I agree.
I mean, it's going to...
And women our age, hopefully girls younger will start doing it.
Yeah.
And then it won't be something new that you have to... Because now, I can't do it with my back and my hips.
Right.
I'm not supposed to lift more than 5 pounds. So, which is hilarious, by the way. I I lift more than 5 pounds, but I don't lift heavy.
Yeah. It's
Well,
funny
you
because
shouldn't.
it used to be the HIIT cardio, the HIIT,
Right.
you know that, and the turbo kick and all
Yep.
the things. And now it's back to like
Lifting.
and doing
And
that kind of thing.
I embrace that because
Toning.
I was in with all, step aerobics and
Yeah.
Zumba and all the, you name it. I tried
was
it.
fun.
It kind of was fun. I was terrible at it, but it was, the music
It was
good.
fun. It is. Yeah. It's fun.
So I feel like I've been on that roller coaster of what people are saying is important at the time, but the lifting weights thing, I can see why. I never liked the cardio stuff. I don't like to. My joints aren't made to jump around. I've never been a jumper or a runner. Like even when I was little, and I should have been. That just wasn't my thing. I'm not built that way. But lifting weights,
Yeah.
I can get behind.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. It's something that, I can do and just kind of, it's like my personal time, my quiet time, if that
You
makes
say
sense.
me time, I'm knocking you out of that
I didn't say
chair.
me time.
I'm just saying.
I'm not.
Again, being a hater. I always hated
It's
when
okay.
people said it because I thought it was selfish. Turns out it's necessary.
It
But
turns out,
whatever.
yes, it
I
is.
just don't like the term.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but I do. It's my little oasis. Because you put your headphones in and you're in your own little world. And when you're done, you feel better.
Yeah.
Like the endorphins. And endorphins are good.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And I women our age, I hope, at some point will, and do it to feel better. But I hate that women in their 50s start caring less about their appearance. A lot of them do, not everyone. They just start settling into their bodies more. So I'm not saying they don't care about their appearance. I don't want to look like a hot mess. That's just a side bonus. But to be comfortable in your own skin. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now,
Yeah, that you're not chasing
it
a
would be great
youth.
if that skin were on strong bones.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Or I think we come to this far in our lives and we understand our bodies more. Like we understand when we do activities that don't jive with what we can really do. Like we listen.
yes,
Before I would be like, oh, I hate this and this hurts because I'm weak and I just need to keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
And now I'm to the point,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just do it if I enjoy doing it. And if I
Yeah.
don't enjoy doing it, I'm not going to do it.
I'm done doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to, take care of your skin, whatever. But these people getting all of the work done and then they don't look like themselves. And that makes me sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It makes me
I
sad
agree.
also because they might look good, but they're not 20 and they're
Yeah.
never going to be 20. And that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
And it
I
makes me
just feel
sad that
like,
they're not
again,
happy.
That they're not comfortable in their own skin. And that is what
Yeah.
I think it comes down to at the end, when it's just you and you.
Yes.
I agree.
Well, here's something now I'm a hypocrite because I just said I only do things that I want to do. And then the next thing on my list of things that I've been trying to do is something that I hate doing, but I do it because I think it's supposed to be good for me. And that is the sauna. Angie, faithful listener, got me. She was singing high praises of the sauna. I had to look up why. Someone's like, "Why are you in the sauna?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't remember." So then I looked it up, and it's supposed to be good for lowering my blood pressure and lowering my risk for stroke and fighting dementia and improving heart function. All of these things just by sitting in a sauna 3 times a week for about 15 minutes. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. But I do it.
Has it gotten easier?
It's gotten easier. At first I could only do 10 minutes and I was watching the clock like from the door. Like just
Me
like
too.
it's like I was being
Yeah.
held against my will.
I have bad heat anxiety, so
Yeah. Oh.
I don't like to be. Yeah.
I hate it. But I've incorporated something else with it that I do kind of like to try to fool myself into forgetting that I'm in the sauna, and that's breathing exercises.
Yeah.
So I focus on like breathe in for 4, hold for 2, breathe out for 6, and while I do that, it gets me away from
Yeah.
Watching the clock.
sweating. Yeah.
And it's
I
a
know you're
nat-
still sweating.
I know, but I mean,
yeah.
and it's a natural thing to do where there's no harm to it.
no.
Like you're not you're not injecting something in your body. You're
Nope.
and there has to be benefits from it. I mean,
Yeah, I just sit there. So, yeah, it's really low effort. I just breathe and wish I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Something else, Tracy, that I think that you do, I haven't started doing it, but Rob received one of the vibration plates for Christmas.
I love my vibration plate.
He loves his vibration plate. He sings its praises. I have stood on it once. What do you stand on it for?
Okay. I do it for a couple of things. One is restless leg. If I start to feel my legs being a little goofy, I will get on there before I go to bed.
It helps?
And I don't have that issue at
Okay,
night.
then I need to do
I
it.
think it wakes your nerves up a little bit.
Yeah.
Get
And then the other main thing is I was recently diagnosed with lymphedema. And so it helps the lymph channels, the fluid move in your lymph channels, and get them moving through the lymph nodes and out of your body.
There's been a lot of talk about the lymphatic system lately.
Yes. I can tell you I feel like a dummy because I didn't know what it was when they said I had it. And now I know when someone is sick, you're like, feel right here. Do you feel that bump on my throat? And the lymph node is huge. Well, it's huge because it's not draining everything that's there,
Yeah.
And so there are certain places, channels that you open, like at your neck, and it's very soft, it's not a hard motion or massage. Your thighs, inner thigh, part of your stomach. And I found out that when you have surgery, and because they said, what surgeries have you had? And I thought they were just taking a history.
Taking notes.
But what they were saying was, when you get cut, those lymph channels are disrupted.
Oh.
And nobody bothers putting them back together. So then you have these pools of liquid that feel like cement in your body. So you've got to get things moving. And
So
get
the
it out.
vibration plate helps
And
with
the
that.
vibration plate helps with that. I do it like 10 minutes, probably at least 4 days a week.
Now, Rob, I got on and he turned, it goes from 0 to 100 or something like that.
Yes.
I was at 25 and I was having a hard time imagining going much faster.
It seems crazy when you're on it because you are vibrating fast, but you don't feel, I don't know, because you're not really moving. You're 2 inches off the ground. You know what I mean?
you're just
You're just trying not to fall off.
Yes. Samantha hated it. She got on it, and all of a sudden she felt almost disoriented. She was like, get me off, and had to have help stepping off of it. I said, just step off. It's 3 inches, She couldn't.
It's almost like riding rides.
Her out.
Well,
yeah.
I've read stuff about it. It's supposed to help with your nervous system. Like, I have a very heightened, on alert nervous system. That's just that is my being. And I think things like that trigger it. And I don't know, like little things like that triggers your nervous system, and it heightens it. And I can understand where she felt like that.
Yeah.
Little thing, and this is just totally kind of off the subject, but going into like a Target for me, the bright lights, the atmosphere, the difference. I always feel off at Target, which you shouldn't be. I should be the happiest I've
That
ever
should be
been in
your-
Target.
yeah.
But anyways, I've Googled it before, and it's like a known fact.
Yeah.
Like if you're a highly sensitized person with your nervous system, bright lights and the way Target's set up to kind of appease and bring you in can be an overload. And the same thing with those vibration plates. That's why you're supposed to do it slowly. Like for her, just give it a minute and then give it 3 minutes. And it
Right.
may help,
Yeah.
Well, it just reminded me of the those vibration things. I don't know if your mom had one, but my mom, her sister had one and talked her into getting that huge machine that had a dial on the front of it and a big cloth band around it, and you put it around your waist and you turned it on and it shimmied you around.
Yes,
And
my
then
Aunt Margaret had one.
Oh, yeah.
She had one of those and we used to play with it for fun. I found that
It's kind of like a vibration thing.
it is a vibration
yeah.
thing, but I just remember like it itching my body,
Yes.
like once it started and it really started going. Do you find that when you're on the vibration plate that you itch at all?
I don't, but people talk about the itch, that some people
I
are
get
more
an
prone
itch.
to
Well,
it than others.
You know, like
get
when
it.
you walk like briskly and your legs start to itch.
Yeah.
Do you ever? I think
Yes.
that's probably what the vibration
Yeah.
plate does, where it gets that blood going.
Yeah.
Where it
Okay, well, I'm
I know.
glad.
You probably have to work through it.
Yes. Are there any other things that you do non-prescription wise other than the vibration plate?
So
or
we're drinking
supplements?
more water.
Okay.
We're doing a vibration plate.
Okay.
You know what I find very...
red light therapy.
Oh, yeah. That's the new, like...
Does that
the
work?
masks
Yes.
or I mean that's like inflammation
It is
and
for
healing
skin
and your
and
skin.
healing. They sell mats you can lay on. They're a little pricey, so I don't have.
Yeah,
one
they
yet.
are pricey.
But I have a face mask, and sometimes if like my neck is hurting, I'll put my face mask on there. I don't know if it's working or not, but why not?
Hey, placebo.
Yeah. So yes, so red light therapy is another
Okay.
thing that I think, like tanning bed places usually have.
Yeah, that's kind of a new thing that they have those now.
One that you're gonna get a good zap.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know what I do that I find, and this isn't like I do daily, but this is, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it. This was my mom, always a standard. If you kind of feel like maybe your gums are bothering you, or you kind of have like something stuck forward in your tooth where it's hurting, or you feel like you're getting a little bit of a sore throat, I'm a really big person with gargling with salt water.
Really?
I think it's and my daughter is a dental assistant, and it's a natural healing. So sometimes, like, I don't know, like you get your mouth gets sore, you have a canker sore,
Right.
you bite, I'm telling you 3 days a week or 3 times a day with some salt and some warm water and swish it around. I find it does wonders.
Yeah, and that made me think of something else. I am using oil of oregano,
I've heard of that too.
and I am mixing it in an oil like a carrier oil,
What does it do? Tell me again.
and a few drops. I'm using it right now, but it can sores.
Okay.
But I'm using it for a gross toenail that is probably some sort of fungusy thing.
Yeah.
But they're saying it can clear
Is
it
this
up.
topical or is this something
It's
you...
topical.
Okay.
I think you can take it orally, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's very, very strong. So you only put a couple drops in a carrier oil.
What's a carrier oil?
You could use any. You could use coconut oil.
Okay.
You could use. I'm trying to think of ones.
Vitamin
basic
E?
ones. Yeah, vitamin E.
Okay.
Any of the neutral oils. What else? I was thinking there was another one I had, but I can't think of it right now.
And although it's over the counter and it still is a medicine, my bacitracin's a cure-all for me. You got a little nick on your fingernail. You got a cold sore. Like if your nose gets really sore from a
Yes.
cold, that has always been my, I have like 3 bottles of bacitracin in my house at all
That's
times.
fun that you use that. Rob uses Vicks Vapor Rub for everything. So
I mean,
he
that
has a
is-
certain smell coming.
No, I agree. I use that
For a lot of
anytime I have a
years.
cold.
It's his signature
I
scent.
love it.
A lot of years, people have said it works. They put it on their feet
their
when they
feet?
have a cold.
That's what Rob was
I put
just
it on
doing
my
last
kids'
week.
feet when they had bad coughs.
He did it last
Did
week.
it help a whole bunch? I don't know, but it's natural and it didn't bother me to do that. Oh,
I
I
remember
love
as a
Vicks.
kid it being on my chest.
Oh, I love it.
You know what my dad used to do, and I'm sure it's not probably the way it was intended to be used, but he used to, if he was getting sick or I don't know even what it was, a sore throat or whatever, I saw he would take a little bit of the Vicks Vapor Rub and he would eat it.
I don't know.
I've never heard that.
We are
before.
not
swallow it.
condoning that. Okay.
Now, please, this is the Bill Byers
None
method.
of
It
this
just-
is medical advice.
That is interesting.
and I'm like, gross, what are you doing? But
his mom or dad did it.
But that's what he said. But do you know what else he also said his mom did?
Whiskey?
Oh, I wish. No, he said, because I used to get ear infections all the time when I was a little kid.
I hope it's the same thing my mom did. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't think
My
it
mom
is.
did something too.
Well, I told my dad, like my dad's, we'd go to a doctor and get medicine like weirdos. And my dad's like, you don't need to do that. You should just do what my mom did. And I'm like, what'd she do, Dad? And he couldn't wait to tell me that she would put urine in his ear.
Okay, nope, that is not what my mom did.
Like a drop, like we used to have like ear drops. My dad's like, yeah, Grandma used to just put a dropper full of urine in my ear.
Urine can fix a stingray sting too. So
And I said, whose urine? I was like,
Your own, somebody else's.
wow.
All right.
She must have been like a witch doctor.
My mom would blow smoke into our ear.
I've heard that before.
She would have a cigarette and take
does
a
that
big,
do?
She's like, come here. And you would stand
I've heard-
there and she would put her mouth, like suck in and then put her mouth on
Is
your
it the
ear
same with like
and blow it
cupping
in.
with heat? Like
I
where-
don't know.
I was just using
But
the
we
old
did it. We were like, okay, here's my
hydrogen
ear.
peroxide was my mom's
Get Mama
go-to.
sick. I don't know. Like, I mean, it was.
give Mom a sick.
Hydrogen peroxide. We always use that.
Oh, in the
I
ears.
hated it because it bubbles
That
so
is
bad.
fun.
But
you put like a capful and it's oozy. You lay down.
whenever
in
we
bed
had an ear
sideways.
infection, we did that. I mean, we took our antibiotics, but that helped soothe.
Apparently, you could have just put urine in your ear all these.
I mean, if you
this time.
and I'm just saying, isn't urine like you can that you're supposed to like pee on like somebody that
Oh my
got
God.
stung by a stingray? I mean, that's a
Yes,
real thing.
it is.
So there must be some kind of
healing properties.
Wow, that's interesting.
Maybe it's the what is
then
it?
they called them
Uric
all-
acid or something is what it's called.
I don't
Did
know.
they call them pissier? I mean, did they?
Wow, no one did. That was an opportunity missed, Kim. God dang it.
Only
If only he'd come back just for a day so I could
Yeah.
call him
Grandpa
that.
piss here.
That's interesting.
Well, just in case
And
you run
eating
out.
Vicks is interesting, but
Well,
you know,
he was an interesting guy. To say that he's no longer with us makes total sense.
my big fat Greek wedding where they use Windex for everything.
Yes.
I mean, who knows?
We don't know.
I have Windex on hand. Being a
Yes.
house cleaner than I am, might have to start trying that.
The last thing I'll leave you with, the thing that I did that's not prescription, but it was expensive, that I finally gave into, and I will have to admit has made a huge difference in how I feel when I wake up, is a mouth guard. I didn't want to be the person with a mouth guard, but what was happening was I didn't realize that it wasn't normal to have your jaw clenched at all times.
Yeah.
God love
And-
Maddie has bad problems with her jaw because she's like,
and you don't even know you're doing it, and you can't tell, like you can't just say, "Gosh, don't do that," and then you can unlock it for a second, and then it goes right back. And I lost teeth, and I had headaches, and I had
From the grinding.
yes. So finally, I got fitted for a mouth guard. I guess you can get one over the counter. I had.
but it's
They
better
say
to be
they
fitted
don't
for
work,
it.
though.
They don't.
Is it the one like for sleep apnea or just?
It's just a mouth guard. It's
Okay.
just so I don't
Yeah.
grind my teeth together.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I didn't realize how bad it was when I'd wake up in the morning and just my face
I
didn't
have to
hurt.
tell Maddie. Maddie's like needs one. Like she's anxious girl, and her anxiety, she clenches, and it's involuntary. Like she doesn't even realize
Yeah,
she's
you
doing
can't
it.
not.
But she has a lot of problems with her jaws and headaches.
Well,
It is
and-
expensive if you go to a dentist. To
I think
do
I think it was like
several
it was
$100 usually.
Yeah, about $300.
But they also have things online where they send you a kit. You do a
Oh, okay.
little hold.
Yeah.
Well,
have to
and
tell her.
Maddie probably has a friend who can do
Well,
a
and I
mold
was going
for
to
her.
say she probably could get it at dental
Yes.
school done. So
Well, if listeners out there, if you're a jaw clencher and you've been
It was
avoiding
life-changing.
it really was life changing. I didn't realize how miserable I was until
Yeah.
I wore it regularly, and I thought, oh my gosh.
You try to talk with it in.
Yeah, Rob.
I bet he thinks it's cute.
He calls me Chelios when I wear it because Chelios is a hockey player. He's like, "Are you ready for your next line
yeah, they aren't
shift?"
the most attractive things, but you know what? You just sleep with them, so who cares?
Yeah, no, yeah. He makes fun of me with throwing my mouth guard in, but I'm ready. I told him I'm ready to fight. So one of us is going to lose a tooth, and it's not going to be me. So yeah, just we would love to hear from you to know what other health hacks you have at your house. We've given you a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
A lot
and
of ideas. I don't know if they're good.
well, they don't have to be. Remember, we're not.
You were not doctors. This is not medical
This
advice.
is not FDA approved. But I am going to go find some magnesium. That's what I'm taking away from this.
Nice.
I'll show you what. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, run out and get your magnesium and let us know what you do to stay healthy. And we'll see you next time on Up for Grabs.